comfortable. It's like watch with mother. So how are we today? Are we all bright and breezy with all the glorious sunshine still in the skies over the United Kingdom? Today's Saturday Eurovision Song Contest on tonight, so will you be watching it? I mean, we're not going to win anyway, are we? But you know, there may be a couple of people who like her, possibly, maybe. Anyway, I have lost the £2, so I'm thrilled to bits to say I'm back to me stone loss. I'm a bit heartbroken when I look at people on Instagram who sort of, five months and I've lost 3 stone. I think, how do they do it? But anyway, I've stuck to me guns. I've been careful what I've been eating, and I've managed to get the £2. So I'm back to where I was 2 weeks ago. So that's still the stone off, and we'll see how it goes. I've had my nails done. I found the manicurist I like, so she'll be going back to her, and she's actually right beside the lady who does my facial. I've been pulling that back like that. Don't know if you do that. And so I worked out I can actually have my facial, go down and get my nails done. So that's a proper pamper session. Thrilled to bits with that. This week we've had quite a bit of excitement in the street. The other morning, 7:30, there was such a racket. You know, usually we're woken up about 8:30 because we live close to a school, but 7:30 there was cars, vans, you can hear with the window. Looked out the curtains and there's a blooming film crew out just outside the door. What's going on? But I've had a great time watching them, I've got to be honest. They did let us know they were coming to film an advertisement for Skoda cars in the street. I mean, it wasn't Ferraris, but you know. And it was so interesting watching them. I've never seen so many people. So when you see the Toyota advert, I can claim a little bit of fame to it. And we did laugh because, I mean, there was literally thousands of crew and actors, this, that and the other. And they used our drive to do some of the filming. But we'll laugh because, you know, the asked did remain. We weren't bothered. It didn't bother us at all. They had a set up and that, and they were just at the bottom of the drive. We were actually going out, so it didn't matter. And at the night time, they knocked and gave us £100, a bottle of wine and some chocolates, and I asked would they come back every day, but they said no. But honestly, I thought that was very generous, because the amusement of watching out the window what was going on, because we were behind the cameras, it was very exciting for somebody who's got a very boring life. So the Skoda advert, lovely blue car, when it does hit the screens, you'll have to have a look. They renamed the street Whisper Close, which made me chuckle. So anyway, that was our excitement. We did a visit to a port at Cheshire as well this week, but we've not been to Tarporley. I think I'm saying that right. Absolutely lovely. If you ever come to the area, make sure you stick that on the back of your letters of places to go. We visited the loveliest antique shop for a hospice. When I walked in, it was actually a charity shop, but it took me a good while to realise, because it looked so much like an antique shop. It was hard to distinguish. It was just when I looked at the prices, I thought, these are cheap. It was fantastic. So if you love, it didn't do clothing, it was all household, but lovely, beautiful dinner services and ornaments. I bought a lovely £3 I paid. I've got no idea. It looks too big for an egg cup unless you eat duck eggs. But it was just a lovely piece of pottery for £3. So we're going to go back and give them a donation out the money we got for the filming, because I just thought they kept it so nice. You know, that it's a lovely shop. So get that on if you are coming to Cheshire anytime, or if you live in Cheshire, recommend Tarporley. It was a lovely street, lovely like high street. Had a nice cup of tea. Can't recommend it enough. So big shout out for that area. And we're doing the garden. We did a garden walkabout last week, and we'll be doing a garden walkabout this week with another garden, and that's actually up the same area what I was saying before. And just a shout out, we've got a bee farm, Bax Bees, nearby us, and I absolutely love it. Very good for hay fever, apparently, if you eat local honey. And to me, at least you know what you're buying. This is my favourite. Watch the top of my head. Ooh, this is my favourite borage. Very, very delicate. Really like that. Very light one. See the difference in the colours? I think that one's about £4 something, and the bigger one was about £5 something. But I'll show you the difference. This is awful. Reminds us a bit of pea samples. You know, you've been drinking enough water. You haven't been drinking enough water. This one is supposedly gathered by bees along the railway of Moberly and Ashley in Cheshire, and it's got an aftertaste of pepper. So I'll report back what that's like. But that's, as I say, very gentle for my morning drinks. But we do cook a bit with honey as well. And I just give them a shout out. It's a lovely owned place in Cheshire where the two brothers run it, and what they do is they put their hives out in people's gardens who are happy to have them. So that's how they know sort of where the bees are from, and then they go out and it's all done. You can see it all. But I will ask them, I think, next time I go in, the next time they do whatever it is they do to extract the honey, if maybe I could go along and do a video to show you, because I absolutely love bees. You know, don't use pesticide in your garden. Not where the bees are. Just suffer the green fly. Little bit of soapy dishwater, and that'll keep them off your lupins. They're actually a bit rampant at the minute, aren't they? The green fly being really bad where we are. Tend to go out at the night time and get rid of them that way, you know, just like clean them off the stems as best as we can do. So I think that's about all I've got. I've put a few clips in. I'll put a clip in just to show you the film crew. I don't think I'll have breached anything. I've got some pictures of Tarporley. This morning I was up with the larks. I was actually out the house on a Saturday today, 8:30. I went for the bread, I went for the honey, called into booths, got back and my husband said, "Where have you been?" Carrying on, where have you been? You know, it's not very often. We're up early now, but maybe the film and, you know, got into the routine, get up and get at them. Anyway, I'm waffling. I hope you like gardening, because I put quite a bit of gardening snippets in, as well as the diets. All I've done this week is literally cut back on the portion sizes and try to be very careful with the not having anything extra at the night time, sticking to the 3 dates, you know, which lemon drink in the morning, a very, very light bite, or I'll still have the chia pudding, the smoothie. Sometimes I'll have a crumpet with maybe a bit of honey on it at the lunchtime. Meal at the night time, and after the meal I'll always have my 3 dates then, which are supposed to be very good for you. No more than 3. I don't mind. I tell you the truth, I do look for the 3 biggest, and I have the 3 biggest first. You know, by the time it gets to the last year, they're the tiniest dates in the packet. But never mind. So I hope you're all doing well. It's lovely. Thank you for the comments. I do enjoy reading people's comments. I know I'm only a tiny little part of the YouTube family. I mean, there's people with hundreds, but I do appreciate people who watch. And if you like to read, I do write a blog on Facebook called Grumpy and Me, which just really reflects, I suppose, married life and retirement and what I get up to. And I really enjoy the writing. It keeps us saner, a little bit saner than what I would be. But next weekend's the bank holiday weekend. We're going away next weekend to have a look at the wedding venue with youngest daughter. Everything's ramping up there. With the summer house, the roof went on that and it's partially painted. And then we're definitely going to tackle the garage. We're gearing ourselves up to that because neither of us are looking forward to it. But I can't stand clutter, and it has to go. We've got stuff in there. I've already started getting rid of bits and pieces and selling them and making a bit of money out of things that we keep just in case, you know, and the just in case never comes around, does it? But anyway, have a lovely weekend and stick to that diet, and see you next week. Ta-ta. I'm going to lean forward and switch this off. Definitely time for a tidy up in here. There's only the two of us live here, but my so-and-so's are not putting things away. That's the water was safe for the plants. And look at the shoes. So even look at that. Let's have a tidy up. My husband always thinks that's funny. Ta-da! The clean and fair is being. No more shoes, no more dishes. Everywhere's fresh and clean. There's no nicer feeling, is there? Even the clean tea towel for tomorrow. That's it. Dusted, done, finito. So you can see the summer house roof is almost finished. We just need to put some sort of ridge tile along it, and then it needs painting. And we're just back in from one of the charity walkabouts, and then we're called into the garden centre because I did a daft thing. I planted this planter up last year and can I remember what we've put into it. Now it looks as if something's grown, but it's not doing very well, so I'm going to take that out, have a look at it, put it into another pot, and then I've got some summer bedding. So what I usually do is have a look at the size of the pot and then just work out what I want where. And I love these little flowers, they're very, very pretty. So what I'll do with this is take the plant out, replace the compost, put them on the top to see what they look like before I finally dig them in, and then we'll have another lovely pot. I'm pot woman. Michael does all the garden and I do all the pots. It's something that works well. The grass needs mown. It's funny, isn't it? Spring, the flowers have now really started to burst. I love lupins. The bees love them as well. They're such a lovely, vibrant. The only thing is the slugs like them as well. So-and-sos and the cheerful poppies. But everything's wide awake and they've actually got legs over the side of the bed now. There's no going back to sleep now. It won't be long before it's fully in bloom. But that's the garden in late spring. And I'll show you what I'm going to do with that pot in part 2. So step 1 is almost done. I've took the plant out. That wasn't there, no idea. I never left a label on. We're going to pot it into that one, see what it is when it eventually comes up. Got rid of some of the old compost. I'm going to load new compost up and then plant these in there. So that's ready, steady, nearly. Next, work out where you want everything. And these are all trailers, so give them a bit of space. And then get them planted up in a good water.